I'm Bindu Wavell. I'm the Chief Architect at Zia Consulting. And for the last year or so, I guess 2 years, we've been working with Workdesk. We've also been working on some sort of CMS-only client projects where architecturally we want to have kind of a clear separation between a UI and Alfresco on the back end, and we want to use CMS for that. So that can be challenging because CMS has a very sort of clear domain model, a set of objects, documents, folders, properties, and it has kind of a clear set of things that you can do with those, and you can't extend that. So we had some insight, which was, well, what you can do is you can define custom types, and on those types you can have custom properties, and then in Alfresco have behaviors that act based on the type of a document and the properties on those documents or folders. So basically, for an example, let's say in Workdesk, the email capability, if you want to email a link, that works in a sort of standard way and will work in most environments. But if you want to email an attachment, it basically only works with Outlook or Lotus Notes right now. So we needed to build a UI that allowed our customer to send emails. And the way that works is we have a UI in Workdesk where you select documents in Workdesk. You fill out a form for who the recipient is and the subject and the body of the email. And we actually create an object in Alfresco called an email request that has all of that data in it. And then a behavior picks that up and actually sends the email on their behalf using the email capabilities built into the Alfresco server. And in fact, there is a property on the email request object, which is the status. So the UI can actually look at that and see if it was successful or a failure. So we kind of noticed we've been doing this a lot, and I'll give you some more examples of how we've been doing this. So we called this the CORSET pattern, which is CMS Object Remote State and Execution Transfer, which is sort of just funny, right? It's doing REST, doing RPC over CMS. And one of the folks at Zia noticed that actually, if you look at the definition in the Gang of Four book on the command pattern, this is actually a pretty clear implementation of the command pattern. So we could just call it the command pattern over CMS. So some stuff that we do with this are sending emails like I described. We can create and manage users and groups, and actually also entitlements. So the way for doing enabling adding some user or group to have rights on a document or folder over CMS is pretty convoluted. So we have a mechanism where we have a certain set of properties where you just put in usernames, and on the back end we have a behavior that can automatically set the right entitlements up. So it's actually a kind of a cleaner way of doing that than what is exposed over CMS. We're also doing template folder hierarchies. So when you create a folder of a certain type, it looks at the type, it looks at some properties, and it determines a folder structure. It automatically builds that out. We're also using this to trigger classification, notifications, transformations, some sort of lightweight workflow capabilities, and even some kind of triggering other external systems like redlining for legal documents, which, like doing compares or scrubbing documents where you're removing metadata, things like that. And that's it. And there's a blog article on contentpeople.com if you're interested in seeing a little bit more detail, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you very much.